Hello, everyone. Barbara Belmont here, holistic stress reduction practitioner. And I am taping myself again. I'm going to do the belief code on relationships. And what I'm doing today is I'm going to focus in on one particular relationship that I have with a person. And I don't need to say who this is because my subconscious, as you know, will know what we're talking about. And what I was going to do is I was going to test, do self-testing, muscle testing, and I'm using ring on ring method that you can learn all about the belief code, the body code, and the emotion code through the discoverhealing.com. This method was created by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and I am very grateful to him because just this last weekend, I was at I went to a cemetery to clear out some weeds that were around some stones, some gravestones. And what I didn't do was bring gloves, and I had some tools, but I was pulling up weeds, and I started having a reaction to the weeds, or, so my nose started to run, my eyes itched, and I basically couldn't see at certain points. And therefore, what I did was when I was done, actually when my family was with me and they were doing it as well, they didn't have that issue. And I was able to drive down like a mile down the road, and I went into a restroom and I was able to wash my hands. And then I sat in the parking lot and I just brought out my app, which is on my phone, which I get this through discoverhealing.com, where I can get all the things that we do on this, and I can show you. So it's like, okay, so I have the body code on okay, so I'm sitting there in the parking lot because I cannot drive. It's really itchy. Tearing up, and I asked myself, I did the process, and I was able to discover, and let me just put this up actually, because I was a part of this app. Sorry, I already have that up, and I just need to share the screen. Okay. And here it is. And so I went to the body code and I asked if there was any imbalances that were causing these symptoms. I got a yes. Sent me to toxins. And there's all these toxins, and I've had many of these through that I've cleared up. This was environmental. One that happens quite frequently with me is building materials, construction dust. And the other piece, so I went to agricultural, and there were fumigants, fungicides, and also insecticides. So I did the process with the magnet, as you know, and I released this, and within immediately 5 minutes, it cleared up. So then I had to drive 3 hours home. So I started to drive, and I had a water bottle, and I must have infected the fumigants, and all these insecticides got on the water bottle that I had. So, and I had been drinking that because it was a hot day and we need a lot of water and for hydration. And I started doing the same thing. So I stopped in a safe spot, did the same thing, cleared it out. So I did not use the water bottle. I stopped and got another water bottle. And I was able to drive home. But it's just interesting what happened. So that's an example where it's in real time. I can use this just like that. And so let me get going here. And as you know, we're going to be using the belief code here. And as I said, these were all created by Dr. Bradley Nelson at discoverhealing.com. And before we begin, and I want you to know, these are as you know, many of you know, these are alternative, and these are complementary healing modalities intended to release trapped emotional energy in ways that promote harmony and balance within and promote physical and emotional well-being. Furthermore, these modalities are not a substitute for medical, psychological, or therapeutic advice from a licensed healthcare professional. So let's get going, and I wanted to taping this, and okay, so I want to ask myself some questions. As you know, I ask my subconscious, because your subconscious remembers everything and knows what's going on, and it knows what you need. And so I'm going to tune in before I start to what I call my healing team. This is love energy. And so I'm always connected to my healing team, but I am just so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you. All right. So now I'm asking myself, I'm working on a particular relationship. This is very important. Our relationships are very important to us. We want to have nice relationships. We want to have, that really helps us socially, emotionally, everything, physically, when you have good relationships. And one of the things I do with clients, as well as myself, I try to improve relationships. And it seems to work. I have a client right now that she reports on a regular basis how her relationships improve. So, and as you know, what we're looking here for is faulty belief systems that's connected to it. So let me start with, I've got this person in mind. Yes. And I want to test first on, and when I say test, I'm just doing the muscle testing. I'm asking if I have a belief system surrounded this. Yes, I do, for surrounding my relationship with this person. And actually, we have a pretty good relationship. At times, there could be some misunderstandings and what you'd call not really conflict, but we at times there's been situations, and I'd like to improve those. And as you know, we're looking for the. Let me go into one of these. Just pick one and show I'm looking for these subconscious beliefs. The belief is this subjective view held by my subconscious mind that something is true or false, right or wrong, and this is a filter through which life is viewed and experienced. Beliefs represent a broad and absolute truth created by self-conclusion, suggestion, or inheritance. So these subconscious beliefs that we're looking for are the incongruent with conscious beliefs. These can be changed energetically. If we have a conscious belief, that we need to do some work, and we have to make some conscious effort to change those beliefs if we wish. So this is what I'm looking for, as you know. So, but I want to do muscle testing on what my connection mode is with him. With that person. And, our overall vibration needs to be just right in order to connect with the right person. And these can be done with all our relationships. We can do generally or focus on one person. So, and I'm going to measure my connection with that person. The stagnant mode means that it's like kind of stuck. And the isolation mode is the reverse of connection. And that is, we want to see where that is like pulling in the opposite direction of what the connection mode is. So these add up to 100%. And my goal, and when I'm working on these matters, I'm trying to improve the connection to 100% or close to 100%. And so let me just connect this, check the connection mode. And is that 50%? Yes. 60%, 70%, 80, 90. Is it more than 90? So it's a 90% connection mode. Write that down. Now, where is my stagnant mode? Again, the stagnant is like there's no movement either direction. 0, 1. So that's 2%. Now, these modes all have to, when I do these three, these add up to 100. So 8% is in isolation mode. And I can see this, and I'd like to improve. And what we're going to do after we do the belief system, clear the belief system. Well, we're going to clear the imbalances associated with the belief system. Then I'm going to clear the beliefs themselves. And then we'll do either, we clear the subconscious gap. So there's like steps that we have to do. And so now let's first determine what kind it is. And so what kind of belief system? Is this a, so there's 5 types, and it's not a basic or a split. This is a parallel belief system. And I'll show that on the screen here in a minute. And so there's 2 parallel belief systems that are separate from each other, but they are connected. So I'll show you that on the screen. Many of you know this, that do this over and over, seen me do this before or watch others, or also are practitioners yourself. So they're separate, you imagine each of these are a tree, and this is 2 of these, and they are separate, but they are associated with each other. And as you know, and I'll say, so your negative programs are the leaves here, okay? The negative limiting beliefs is the trunk. And the root of these trees is the faulty core belief, and faulty core identity for each tree, if I have one, is the soil around the root. So that's what we're doing, a parallel. So it's not, I've had, they can be up to 3 of these, but today I'll try to do this quickly because this does take a little longer for a parallel. So I'm looking for the negative programs first. Okay. So how many? And so let me count. Let's see. Is there 1? So there's 2 negative program in this first tree. Okay. And as you know, this is set up following the 7 chakras. So is it on the left? No, it's one of the right. So is it survival, passion? This is about power. And left, right, change, effort, strength. Again, we have the explanation of the belief, what we're doing here. Now, the power belief relationships, and we have this is affecting my solar plexus area, self-esteem, confidence, the glands, muscle connections, system connections, as well as the Maslow hierarchy connection. So you can see that on the screen, and each one of these will have those, depending on the different chakras, it'll show what the belief relationships are. So now we have 7 sections, odd, row, even. So it's in section 6. So this first negative program, odd row, even. So 2, 4, number 6. I need to go along with others to avoid drama. I think that is very common for many of us. And I have released that before from many people, and probably myself in the past, along with others to avoid drama. So that's a negative program that I have. All right, now I'm looking for the second negative program. Left side. So it's either divine, insight, community. This is about love. My heart chakra affecting love. Heart chakra. Left side is this self. Yes, love, self. I want to make sure I'm getting the right numbers here, because if we need to replace some of these beliefs, which my subconscious may want that, I need to know what section to go because there's positive statements here as well. So here we are again, the love belief relationships. We're in this land here, heart chakra, the glands, the muscle system, and Maslow. You can see that on the screen. And when I work with people online on Zoom, this is like they're able to see what we're clearing. And they can ask questions, and because many are curious in regards to many of this stuff. 1, 2, 3. So it's section 3. And I'm using, as I said, the muscle testing and getting a strong answer. It's one of these. Odd. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm not allowed to be happy. That's just interesting. Not allowed to be happy. So we've got the negative programs. So now we're looking for the limiting beliefs to the trunk of the tree. And you can have up to 3 of these. Is there 1? There's 2 of these. 2 limiting beliefs. Back again. Keep going back and forth. Left side, back to love. Left side, self again. Statements, 4 sections. It's coming up as it's section 2. Two, 4, 6. So it's number 8. I don't deserve to feel good or be happy. And that's the first negative program. 2. Right. So I'm looking for the second limiting belief. Is that also in love self? No. Sometimes they concentrate all in the same area, but other times it just goes all around. This is on the right. This is into power again. Strength, growth. This is about change. Power and change. There's many of us that have problems having a hard time with change because it's a fact of life, and we can actually work on this when you have a big change in your life and you're having a hard time with that. So this is my solar plexus area. Again, in these gland muscles, system connections, and I've done, it's so much better. My digestive system can get out of balance very quickly if I'm not eating the wrong things or I'm stressed. So the Maslow's. So they're all there for me to see. And these calf muscles, and these are like the thigh, and these are the things that I go to the chiropractor for. So this is very interesting. Okay, this is the connection that I'm making. Section 1, section 3. 2, 4, 6. All right, my past is ruling me. So it's number 8. Past is ruling. Interesting. All right. So are any of these inherited? Because a lot of times parallel belief systems may be inherited. But I've found inherited ones throughout all the different systems, but those are more common. So did I get all the negative programs? Did I get all the limiting beliefs? And I get a yes. Now I'm going to go to the one faulty core belief. Left side. This is about communication. Left side in this funny expression. My throat chakra, my communication. Again, the gland, muscles, system connection, Maslow's. Very interesting. Three. Two, four, six. If I say anything, they will mock me. I say, I have to write that down, get the exact wording. So now I'm looking for if there's a faulty core identity, and there is not. So now I'm going to the next tree, the parallel that are, remember it's separate, they're connected, but they're separate. So I'm going to the second tree. I start over with negative programs. See how many? One, two. So I have three of those. And you can have up to 4 of the negative programs. Left side. Again, in communication. Expression. Throat chakra again. The negative statements. 4 sections. So this is in section 4. Looking at those. 2. Is it an odd row? No. Even. 2. This is number 4. Nobody's interested in what I have to say. No, that's very interesting. I can see that actually. And how I would make that determination or make that conclusion. Okay. So is that okay? So now I'm looking for the second negative program. Is that, go back up here. In expression again? No. Left side. This is about insight. Left side. Body. Defect. Illness. In regards to pain. And we're in the brow chakra or the third eye chakra. About my insight, perception, the glands. You can see all that here. There's no muscle connections that they know. System connections, these nervous system there, and the other endocrine or endocrine, Maslow's. Interesting. So it's just good for information. Now I'm looking for those negative statements. There's 2 sections, as you can see. Section 2. Even. It's an even row. 2, 4. The pain never goes away. Okay, and now I'm looking for the third negative program. It's on the right side. Back to power again. And left side. So ability. Solar plexus. Chakra there. See these glands. Muscles. System. Maslow. Section 2. This is in an even row. Can't do it. This is 6. I keep messing up. Okay. Did I get all the negative programs? And I'm getting a no now. So there's one more, and this happens sometimes. And my intuition said, ask that question. So I want to make sure we got all the beliefs. So now there is one more negative program. And so there's 4. This is in insight again. This is in regards to body. Brow chakra, third eye, intuition, glands. These connections, very interesting. So we have 4 sections. Section 3. And I'm doing underneath here. I'm doing that, doing, ring on ring, getting either strong or weak going through. Odd. Even. So 2, 4, 6. I need to lose weight. Okay. Definitely want to. So that's a negative program I have. I can just focus in on that. And that just tells me I'm focusing in on that too much. And I just need to let that go. I've been using this tool also to release weight, and it's really shifting and helping. But I want to see. So that's section 3, 10, and that was in, is that in body? Yeah, body. Okay. Right now I'm ready for this. I'm in the second tree still. So now I'm looking for the limiting beliefs, which is the trunk of the tree. 1, 2. So 3 of those. My understanding is there can only be 3. I don't know if as we do this more and more, there may be somebody who finds 4. That's fine, but that's my understanding is where it is. And let's see where we're at on those limiting beliefs. Left side. Inside again. And left. Is that body again? There's 4 sections here. 1. So that's in section 2. Odd, even. 6, 8. Number 10. My body is a burden. Looking for the second limiting belief. That's also in body. No. Going to something else now. Left side. Communication land. Awareness. See those communication belief relationships again in my throat chakra. These other connections, systems. Into negative statements, 4 sections. So this is sending me to section 4. Ooh. 6. My emotions get in the way. Yep, I can see that. So that's a limiting belief, and that's a trunk of this tree. In the way. Right. And for the third limiting belief, is that also an awareness? No. So let's go back. Survival. Oh, so this is about worth. Okay. Root chakra land, my safety and security, lands, muscles, none known there, system connections, and Maslow's. See it all on the screen. I love that this is, it's very important for people to see that where the connection, and they make their own connections. Section 3. Two, 4, 6, 8. Nope. So number 10, I'm not loved or accepted. And I can see that one in regards to this relationships. But again, this is my limiting belief that I have. Did I make a conclusion? I made a conclusion long ago about that. So are any of these inherited? No, these are all mine. Okay. So now, did we get all the limiting beliefs? Yes. All right. Now we're looking for the faulty core belief. And maybe a faulty core identity. Back. Insight. Boundaries. Brow chakra, third eye, these glands. Again, quickly look at that. Section 1. Huh. This isn't even. 2, 4, 6. Now I can't let other be as they are. And I see that and I'm like, my goal would be that I want to accept people where they are. So this is a belief, and this is interfering with this relationship. Accept who that person is. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. So we have, that's the dirt, remember, and the faulty core belief is the root. So we have one faulty core identity in this tree, this second parallel survival. This is about safety. Now, the faulty core identities are created from birth to 7 years of age. So when we look at those connections, safety and security, and this started first, most likely. This is section 4. Right. 2, 4, 6, 8. It is not safe to be me. Okay. This is very interesting how those are. All right. So now we've determined, did I get all the beliefs in this parallel to? Yes. All the, okay. Are any of these inherited? No. So they're all mine. I made a conclusion, right? Based on things that were going on in my life, remember? So my self-conclusion, and this is the filter through which my life is viewed and experienced. So this is important. So let me go to the emotion code. So now we're looking for, before we release those beliefs, the next step is to determining and releasing all the imbalances that have been giving these beliefs power. We want to disempower them. So I'm going to start with the trapped emotions. Do we have trapped emotions? Do I have trapped emotions? Yes. It's in B. Depression, frustration. So this is panic. Is this mine? Yes. So the trapped emotion of panic. And this is a ball of energy somewhere in my energy field or my body that my subconscious created. I wasn't able to resolve the panic. Right. And so now we start releasing. All right. Releasing this trapped emotion of panic. Did I release that? Yes. And any other trapped emotions? No, there is not. And we didn't need to know anything else about it. Sometimes the subconscious says, I do need to know. Or when I'm working with a client, sometimes they want to know, well, when did that happen? You know, it'll get before, you know, if it was in the first half of your life or the second half of the life of your life. So, all right. So it's on the screen. It's two sides here. It's on the right. This is a misalignment. Left side. This is a meridian. Is it one left side? No, it's one of my extraordinary meridians. It's on the right. Governing. This is the girdle meridian, and that has come up for me in the past before. So let's see where that is. So there's an imbalance there. And it's giving these beliefs power. And you know, it's an ancient, you know, meridians are the concept of ancient Chinese medicine. It's an energy network of our body. I call them like the energy rivers of our body. I like that flow of that. And then, so if I look down here, begins at the underside of the ribs, continuing down to encircle the waist, horizontally connecting all the leg meridians. You know, I have had seen a chiropractor, so I can see where this is connected. So we, you know, it gives us responsible for, paired with other associations. And then a symptoms of imbalance, I can take a look at that. And I could test to see if there's anything on there that has been, you know, the symptoms, my symptoms. So I get, isn't that funny? Anything else? No. So sometimes difficulty walking. It's just interesting. Like when I get up, and I've been working on that, I exercise in the water, trying to be as healthy as I can. So there's also a left or right side. Is it on the left side? No, it's on the right. Interesting. All right. And we don't do the associated imbalance because the associated imbalance are the beliefs. So I just go down here. Intention is to realign the girdle meridian on the right side. I just feel like I want to take a deep breath and bring it in and then out. Sometimes this happens. It's like you can feel the energy shifting. I'm going to take a drink of water now. It's always good to be hydrated. All right. Are there any other imbalance giving these beliefs power? And I get a yes. Left side. The circuit or system. Left side. It's a disconnection. On the right. So this is a spirit break, and I've released these from myself before. We can have many of these actually. And it's long, it's basically it's thought of as a break, fracture, or tear in your spirit. It's also known, it's referred to as a broken heart. So, because it can feel like your heart is broken. And that's happened for many of us. Do I need to know anything more about it? I don't. It's affecting my spirit heart. And again, I do not need to do the imbalances. Find out any imbalances to that associated. And I just go down here. I could find out how much it's connected, but we don't really need to do that. So I'm just going to, our intention is to heal this break completely. Yeah. Ooh. Good stuff. Any other imbalances? No. So that's interesting. Just 3 things. And that have been giving these beliefs power. Now, the next step is releasing these imbalances one by one. And the last step after that will be whether or not I add positive belief systems, a belief, or do I just release what's called the subconscious gap. Okay, I'm going to release these one by one, at least 3 swipes. All right, I'm releasing. I need to go along with others to avoid drama. I'm not allowed to be happy. Releasing, I don't deserve to feel good or be happy. Past is ruling me. If I say anything, they will mock me. Changing to my left hand, releasing. Nobody is interested in what I have to say. Releasing, the pain never goes away. Releasing, I keep messing up. Releasing, I need to lose weight. Releasing, my body is a burden. Releasing, my emotions get in the way. Releasing, I'm not loved or accepted. Releasing, I won't let other people be as they are. And finally, it is not safe to be me. Interesting. All right, so those are, did I release all of these beliefs? Yes. Did I release all the imbalances? And the next step is, do I have a subconscious gap? And I test yes. And do I need to replace any of these beliefs? No, I don't. I just do 3 swipes to clear the subconscious gap, as they call it. It's like a library shelf. These beliefs that I had, they're gone, they're missing, there's a gap. So now to clear it, to make it nice and neat and all together, releasing that subconscious gap. And I completed the steps. Stop the share. And I'm going to retest myself on the connection mode, stagnant mode, and isolation mode. So I'm almost done, folks. Thanks for hanging in. So my connection mode, is it 90%? No. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. It's 96. So it's increased by 6 points. That's good. So stagnant, is that still 2? No. Is that 1? Is 0. So there's no stagnant. It's not going, it's not stuck anywhere. So therefore, the isolation has gone from an 8% to now to a 4%. And this is in regards to this one particular person that I would like to increase my relationship. These numbers were pretty good, and actually the relationship is pretty good. But again, there are been times where there's been think miscommunication, and a little bit of conflict, or like we're trying to work it out. But I can see how these beliefs have been controlling my viewpoints in regards to this person. And I'm sure that person has their own, but I'm not working on them unless I have permission. Okay. I have permission for myself, and it's how I am perceiving the world. And I'd like to improve that. So this is what and it can be over time that people notice shifts. It's not like overnight. Sometimes you get, after a session, people will say, I'll ask, wow, they'll tell me they had so much energy the rest of the day and they got things done. So you notice those kinds of shifts, and sometimes it's other things they notice that are shifting. They might sleep better. They just seem to be happier or whatever. But and then we notice over time if that relationship. But there's other things that could interfere with, not interfere with what we've done. These are gone. Okay. There could be other aspects to this, and that we could need to really look at that and release those. So that's where it's at. So folks, as you know, my website is barbaraebelmont.com. If you'd like a free consultation with me, send me a message, tell me the time or possible times we can meet, where we can talk on the phone or do a Zoom call, and I can talk to you about what's going on. I'm also adding, I will test you on your relationship in regards to your connection mode, stagnant mode, and isolation mode, and we can find out where the numbers are for you. There's also other modes we can test, and I didn't do that today, of like the nurture mode, which also stagnant, and also conflict mode. I test that for people as well, and I can test that for you as free as my gift to you, as well as I would test to see about your heart wall. If you have a heart wall, see how big it is. We don't really need to do how big it is, but just see if you have this stuck, trapped emotion, just it's emotional baggage, and the heart wall is around our heart, and it protects our heart from harm. And our subconscious creates that around there because things have happened, and to protect it. And as it starts to clear down over time, you can notice your connections with people and how you are being more compassionate for yourself and others, feeling more connection with that. So that also connects, is definitely in our relationships, our heart wall. We can release that. So these are things that I can do for you as a added bonus when we speak for this free consultation. If you're interested, if not, or if you're working with somebody else, you can go to, or also look for a practitioner on discoverhealing.com. I'm listed as well as other practitioners. You have to find the right person for you if you're interested in this at all. And this is a self-help method. So if you learned it by just reading the emotion code, start there. That's level 1. And if you're interested in, and I encourage people to do that, because you can release trapped emotions that are connected to a certain issue, either pain or anything in regards to what's going on for you. So I do urge you for that. And if we meet and we're not a good fit, I will send you back to discoverhealing.com to find the practitioner that will work with you. That's your best fit. And they have practitioners at discoverhealing.com, and they've been at this a lot longer than I have. I have been at this over 4 years is when I started with the emotion code, actually more than 4 years. And then just added that level 2. But anyway, instead of me keep talking, so please reach out, like this video, make a comment. I really appreciate those who have liked it, sent me comments, and have contacted me. And I just really appreciate it. And I wish you the best today and in your life. Bye now.